Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Maybe I should bring my mic closer. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually getting my hair done today, so please don't look at it. Thanks. But the new Steam handheld was announced. I feel like this was rumored, and we're gonna look at it really quickly and check it out and see if I can reserve one. That's what it is. Reserve one. So we're going to see if I can reserve one, and you're going to join me on that journey. So this is wild. All right, let's see here. So we've got, also I'm literally about to leave my house to go get my hair done. That is why I have my glasses on, not a lot of makeup on. I was on a panel, whatever. Okay, we're doing the thing. Talking Steam. Holy smoke. Introducing Steam Deck, powerful portable PC gaming starting at $399. So the price of a Switch, basically. Designed by Valve, powered by Steam, shipping December 2021. So this year, this holiday season, we're getting it. Learn more at StreamDeck.com. Reserve yours tomorrow. IGN came by the Valve office to try the Steam Deck. Check out the first of their coverage below and learn more about the Steam Deck. Oh my gosh. First, look at them getting it first. So we're going to check this out. Oh my gosh, breaking news. This really is disrupting the gaming space just because mobile gaming is the future. Being able to play games on your handheld is the future, and no one's doing it. The only person that's done it so far is Xbox Cloud Gaming, which is still underway. They're still beta, they're still testing, and they're making it so it can be on your phone. I also have the Backbone. Where is it? Do I have it in here? I don't have Backbone, but it's basically the handheld device you put on your phone to be able to make your phone a console, right? And so then we have the Switch, which has its own thing, but that's only kind of Nintendo titles. And, you know, it's not as powerful as we would like. And then we have the new, what is this? Steam Deck. The Steam Deck. Handheld, play all your games in your hand. And we're about to see all of the specs and stuff and reserve ours today. So we're going to try to reserve a spot to be able to get one. Please. Oh my God, I want one. This is how I like to game, you guys. This is amazing. Let's reserve ours first. Okay, so there's 3 different variations. Carrying case comes with this one. 64 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes with the SSD, and then it says 512 gigabytes with the SSD. Fastest storage, premium anti-glare, glass, carrying case. Reservation will be open Friday, 10 a.m. I'm going to be getting the big one. Portability meets power. We partnered with AMD to create a Steam Deck's custom APU optimized for handheld gaming. It's a Zen 2 plus RDNA 2 powerhouse, delivering more than enough performance to run the latest AAA games in very efficient power. Your Steam library anywhere, which is massive. This is so big. Not only is Steam supporting creators in the mod community and people who make things for games, but it is also one of the largest game selling platforms, especially for indie games. It is just the largest right now. And there's a reason why everyone is going to Steam. And so to have this happen, does this mean that I can play Destiny? Does this mean that I can play any service game that is high and controlled comfort? It was built with extended play sessions, whether you're using thumbsticks or trackpads with full-size controls. So it has a full-size handheld control, which is awesome. That makes me so happy. There's a dock, obviously. Looks like it has all your standard stuff. It's got the USB, the Ethernet. It's got a USB-C, HDMI, the other type of HDMI, peripheral stuff, awesome power adapter. There's a reservation fee to help allow people to be able to actually get one. You know, there's so many bots and issues in 2021 with getting a console, and people are flipping them like hot cakes. And that is a crying shame. So I'm actually really happy that they're doing something about that, because this is huge. This is such a big deal. It looks like reservations are for tomorrow, so I don't think you need to reserve it. This is just information. This is going to be huge. This is already trending. Let's see here. Valve announces the Steam Deck at $400 handheld gaming PC. But I feel like that is not accurate because, I mean, I guess it is. That's the price point for the base one, but you're going to want to get any of them that you can get your hands on
at Valve right now, and here it is. We got a chance to play this thing ourselves. We've got a ton of coverage, including a hands-on preview and FAQ with the creators themselves, all over on IGN.com. But right now, here are the facts about this brand new device.
Let's go, IGN.
The Steam Deck is a
GG.
full gaming PC in the form factor of a little bigger than a Switch. It's got a 1280 by 800 LCD screen, a custom AMD APU, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and is capable of running modern games at incredibly respectable settings. We saw it running things like Jedi Fallen Order on high, for example, so it's nothing to sneeze at by any means. The Steam Deck runs a new version of Steam OS and is basically just a different sort of version of Steam itself, so your entire library is available in this handheld form. But those who want to go outside of that environment, it also does have a Linux-based desktop where you can access a browser, you can install third-party programs, games not necessarily through Steam, or whatever you want through that as well. So it is...
So you can take this anywhere, plug it into your computer, plug it into a monitor, plug it anywhere, and you can play your Steam library. You don't have to download it, which is such a big deal. You don't need to download it on multiple platforms. You can just plug it in and go. Does this mean that this is...
a full gaming PC?
Oh,
it's not just this handheld gaming console or anything like that. It is much wider than that for those who want to go wider than that. At launch, there will be 3 models of the Steam Deck available, although crucially, all 3 of them will have the exact same performance power available. The only thing that differs is their storage capacity. So there's a $399 version with 64 gigabytes of storage, a $529 version with 256 gigabytes of storage, and a $649 version with 512 gigabytes of storage, the latter 2 of which have an NVMe drive for a little bit faster load times, that sort of thing. But again, all of them performance-wise will be basically the exact same thing because they're the same hardware otherwise. Additionally, if you're looking to expand storage, it does have a slot for a micro SD card where you can install games directly onto that and then play them off of the SD. So that adds a little bit of convenience for those looking to expand the storage further. The Steam Deck will be available this holiday with a reservation system rolling out in the near future, and of course you can find even more about it on IGN.com, where we'll be talking about it all month long, getting...
Okay, so it's everywhere. It is as cool as it sounds. There were rumors. I know there were rumors of this. This is so cool. Look at, you can play with it. Oh my gosh. Literally plug and go. Plug it into your monitor. There's the case. Nice. All of this information is on their site. So I'm just kind of like looking at this here. Actually, I haven't really played Portal. There's a Steam button. Play, friends, achievement stuff. It's very minimal, which is, I love it. Wow. Ventilation. We've got the back triggers 4. There's a lot of triggers here. This is awesome. The dock isn't too obnoxious too, so it is very compact. It even comes with a case. That's so cool. Wow, good job, team. It's gonna be impossible to get. Let's see here. First is Bluetooth support for any device you could connect to a regular PC, including headphones like Apple AirPods, which is awesome.
I'm Bo Moore with IGN, and this is the Steam Deck.
It's humongous.
Valve's brand new handheld gaming
But it's like
PC.
not too big
I'm here
because that's
at
like
Valve,
gaming,
where I
right?
spent the last few days going hands-on with the Steam Deck, as well as chatting with the people who
Oh
made
my
it.
God, I bet you he was
We've got a lot to
freaking
cover,
out.
so let's dive right in.
First hands-on Valve handhelds. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is gonna be too hard to get.
When I first saw the Steam Deck, I was a bit thrown off by its control layout. The thumbsticks are in line with the D-pad and face buttons, which looks a bit odd when you're used to the more offset angle found on most controllers.
True.
However, as soon as I held it myself, the layout felt completely natural. The full-size thumbsticks felt precise, and while the D-pad wasn't quite as clicky as I'd like, it was fully serviceable for rounding out some quarter circles in Guilty Gear Strive. Similarly, the face buttons and bumpers all felt solid and served me well through a few runs of Hades. The triggers did feel a little bit squishy for my taste, but it's worth noting that I was using a non-final hardware unit, so it's possible that things might improve there as Valve tweaks the deck before launch. On the backside are 4 rear buttons, a welcome feature for anyone who's grown accustomed to using pro-style controllers like the Xbox Elite. These, like the rest of the buttons and other inputs, can be fully customized to whatever you like.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanks
You
to Steam
can
Input,
mask
Valve's
them.
commitment to making useful custom key bindings
That's awesome.
available for almost any controller layout. Underneath the thumbsticks are one of the deck's standout features, 2 precision trackpads, which give you access to mouse controls for games that don't play well with a controller.
Trackpads.
The trackpads here are an evolution of the same technology that we've been working on since the Steam controller days and experimenting with internally. You also have seen some of our trackpad work as part of the Index controller, for example. They can be used for many different things. We have a keyboard that lets you do dual thumb typing. In-game, you can map them to areas of the screen for the mouse cursor to jump there and be kind of a one-to-one region type input. You can create on-screen menus that pop up on top of the game and have many customizable like macro buttons or keyboard keys. And you can just use it for mouse input, where it's really powerful and reliable for the people that are comfortable with that sort of input.
Both the thumbsticks and the trackpads are also capacitive, which means they can tell when your finger is on them. Combined with the internal gyro sensor, it gives you a weirdly precise level of control that, after a brief adjustment period, is honestly not far off from using a regular mouse. Yes, even in first-person shooters like Doom Eternal. Finally, the 7-inch screen is touch-enabled as well, giving you yet another option for controlling your games.
Oh, that's so cool.
The Steam Deck will draw immediate comparisons to the Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
But while it might look like a handheld console, Valve's device has much more in common with a desktop gaming PC. The Steam Deck runs a custom version of Steam OS that gives you a console-like experience on the surface, but under the hood is a full-blown PC.
It's a PC. We don't think people should be locked into a certain direction or a certain set of software that they can install. If you buy a Steam Deck, it's a PC. You can install whatever you want on it. You can attach any peripherals.
It's
you
a
want to
PC.
it.
It's a
Maybe
pad.
better way to
It's
think about it
the
is that
Steam Deck.
It's a small PC with a controller attached, as opposed to a gaming console.
I think it differs from these kind of platforms, mainly because you can just customize the experience and use all the options at your disposal that are typically associated with PC gaming. We think that while there will be a pretty approachable entry point where you can see the games that work really well by default and and get a pretty seamless gaming experience. If you want to go one step further and use all of these options, you can customize your controls, your level of performance, battery life, use Steam Workshop or even mods that are outside of the Steam Workshop. All these options that are dear to to PC gamers are fully supported by the deck.
This means you can do pretty much anything on it that you can do at your desk. Plug in a mouse and keyboard? Yep. Tab out of your games to a browser or video? Sure. Load up third-party programs or even other game stores?
Oh, I love that.
No problem. You could even wipe SteamOS entirely and install a fresh version of Windows if you want. But I will say the default SteamOS is smooth and efficient at getting you into your games, so I would imagine most people won't want or need to go that far.
Basically like a handheld laptop.
You can if you want to. Importantly, this also means that all of Steam's features, like cloud saves, are fully functional here. You can start playing a game on your desktop PC, save and quit, then load up and continue playing portably on your Steam Deck with
What? Oh my gosh.
all of your progress, key bindings, and mods fully intact. You can also suspend games indefinitely on the deck itself. Some bindings and mods fully intact. You can also suspend games indefinitely.
What?
Most people won't want or need to go that far. The point is, you can if you want to. Importantly, this also means that all of Steam's features, like cloud saves, are fully functional here. You can start playing a game on your desktop PC, save and quit, then load up and continue playing portably on your Steam Deck, with all of your progress, key bindings, and mods fully intact. You can also suspend games indefinitely on the deck itself, similar to how the Switch works, though you can't have multiple games suspended at once, like with Quick Resume on the Xbox Series X. Valve also told me that they're looking into ways to cloud sync suspended games between desktop and deck, meaning you could potentially hop between platforms without needing to save and quit. But that functionality wasn't in place yet during my time with the device. While the Steam Deck is obviously designed for portable gaming, it's also fully functional as a desktop PC. Using a USB-C dock,
literally
you can connect it
PC.
to a monitor, mouse and keyboard,
But basically
Ethernet,
like
and whatever other
laptop.
peripherals you want. Valve is developing an official docking station, which will be sold separately, but a standard USB-C dock will work just as well. In desktop mode, Steam Deck honestly just feels like a PC. The OS is Linux-based, but it feels largely familiar to Windows and is capable of running both Windows and Linux games. I played a bit of Factorio and Death Stranding with mouse and keyboard on a 32-inch monitor, and if it weren't for the deck sitting docked next to me on the desk, I would have honestly just forgotten that it wasn't running off of a traditional desktop PC.
Whoa. Okay, let's talk power.
Of course, a PC gaming device isn't worth much if it can't play games well. But worry not, in the power department, the Steam Deck is no slouch.
We've been partnering pretty closely with AMD on bringing up next generation APU and developing the main board and the software solution around it. It has like 4 cores of Zen 2 architecture CPUs with SMT enabled, so up to 8 threads.
Oh, nice.
And the GPU is based on the very latest AMD RDNA 2 architecture, which supports all the latest features like ray tracing and variable ray shading. The total APU combined power is about 2 teraflop, which should let people play the games that they have in their library without issues at 720 and provides lots of horsepower to that effect.
2 teraflops puts the Steam Deck in the ballpark of the Xbox One and PS4. In practice, it's actually more impressive than that. Since it targets a 720p resolution, which is more than enough for the 7-inch screen, the Steam Deck is able to play current-gen PC games at medium to high settings at smooth frame rates. While I wasn't able to run benchmark tests during my hands-on time,
so it's
I played
powerful.
Death Stranding, Doom Eternal, Control, and several others, all of which looked great and played smoothly. The deck comes in 3 different models, but power-wise they all have the same internals. The only difference is in storage space. The base model has 64 gigs of storage for $399.
We know this.
Use an NVMe drive for even faster load times. And while the internal storage
is the
itself
future.
can't be
Those are the
upgraded,
future.
there's an SD card slot to expand your storage
Look
even
at all
further,
the SD card
which games can
slot.
be installed onto and
Totally
played
gonna
directly
get
off
one of those. Wow. Okay.
The Steam Deck will be available this holiday season with reservations starting soon. We've got a lot more coverage planned all month long, so for all that and more, keep
Jeez. Oh. Hitting Steam Deck price was painful but critical. Oh my gosh. Steam Deck doesn't have a hard release date yet, but it's certainly holidays. So it's going to be holidays. Valve President Gabe Newell, is it Newell? Told IGN that hitting these price points was painful but critical on reservations pre-order system. So they must be thinking that it's more expensive than they could get it. Price point in development.
Amount of storage and the speed of the storage.
Yeah, because 6 is pretty pricey, but it's like
for us, it's really how does the press react? You know, what are they saying about it? What are they saying about it a year later? Right? What's the perception? What are gamers saying? You know, what are their reactions? What are our partners
my reaction
saying?
is that I can't wait to get this
because
so.
Our assumption is, these are long-term decisions that we're making.
We're never going to be able to get one, though.
Contribute to the health and the vitality of this ecosystem, and we're always going to be successful as long as that's continuing to happen.
Just never going to be able to get one, I think.
One of the things we're testing on this is that price performance is going to be one of the critical factors in the really a critical aspect to it. But the first thing was the performance and the experience. Was the biggest and most fundamental constraint.
Performance and experience.
So our view is if we're doing this right, that we're going to be selling these in millions of units.
Yeah.
And
millions.
It's clearly going to be establishing a product category that ourselves and other game in which we're at this point. We don't have some tying ratio. We don't say, and then we have to sell 8 games, for each one of these, 8 games for each one of these cells. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Our calculus is more just sort of like, is this the right product, and is it a great way
How does the reservation system work? Okay. So how does it work? When you submit a reservation, you will be put in a queue. Once the inventory is available, you will be able to order. The reservations were made. When will I be able to order? We are aiming to start sending out order invitations in December. We're aware of potential unauthorized resellers, and as an additional safeguard to ensure the fair ordering process, we've added a requirement that the reserver has made a purchase of the Steam prior to June. When will I be able to order? Why is there a reservation fee? The main reason for the reservation is to ensure an orderly and fair ordering process for customers within the Steam Deck inventory becomes available. The additional fee gives us a clearer signal of intent to purchase, which gives us a better data to balance supply chain and inventory and regionally distributing leading up to launch. It's regionally? Yes. Reservation queue is expected order availability times are specific to each region. What if I'm not able to reserve right now and would like to purchase Steam Deck in the future? You may add Steam Deck to your wish list and let me notify you. No, the wish list. You can't, once you're able to order, you can only purchase the Steam Deck model that you reserved. Oh, you charge in full later in the year. Does the reservation fee count towards my Steam Deck purchase? Yes. You can't just like bought a bajillion of them, or you're going to have to pay a bunch to be able to do that. But oh my gosh, this is huge. This is such a big deal, and I'm very excited. I will definitely be reserving one. And hopefully I get to reserve one, right? Like we're going to be sitting in a queue and I think I'm going to be live. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to try for that. And yeah, if you enjoy these types of videos where I kind of talk about the latest in the tech space, I know I'm more into the gaming and content creation, but if you're interested in this, I'm such a dweeb about mainly mobile gaming and like handheld stuff. So if that is something you're interested in, let me know and we'll do more, because these make me so happy. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys are leaving a thumbs up if you like it. Right? That's what we say. That's what we say here. And I'll see you guys on the next video.